Have you guys noticed these movies where, like, the hero is sent to protect somebody? It's always, I'm here to protect you. I'm here to protect you. Protect you from what exactly? Huh? Often as not, there's a villain who's after the poor, helpless, whomever, right? But it goes to a point that's more important. This constant notion that protecting something is the most important thing. No, that's actually wrong. Protecting things, protecting yourself most especially, is the last thing that you want. Yeah. Because protection ultimately means that you're going to be static, immobile. And that means that you're not going to grow. You see, you can only grow by way of going out in the world, interacting with the world, and potentially being defeated by the world. That's how you grow. You never learn from your successes, and you certainly never learn anything by staying at home. No, you got to go out in the world. You got to go out in the world and rub up against it, yeah? And sometimes you rub up against the world, and sometimes the world rubs back. Sometimes it clobbers you. Yeah, you need that. The idea of that you should be protected and that you should value safety above everything is a foolishness. It's an insanity. It's frankly the mark of immaturity. It's the mark of children. Yes, because children are scared of the world and paralyzed by it. Let me rephrase this. See, we're all scared of the world. We're all scared of that which we do not know. But the fact of the matter is that only children succumb to these emotions. Children and women, quite frankly. A man, potentially you, well, you can't allow your emotions to dominate you. No. If you allow your emotions to dominate you, if you allow your fear to dominate you, if you allow your fear to prevent you from interacting in the world, you're not going to grow. You're going to be a little man, not even a little man, you're just going to be a little boy. That's why I so despise this cult of protection, this fetishization of security. It's pernicious, it's awful. It keeps young men, most especially, from developing. Because you can only develop when you take risks, when you go out. And sometimes those risks, well, you fail at them. And they render a failure at your doorstep. And that failure can be a bitter thing. And sometimes, the failure is not just merely a failure that, you go home and you lick your wounds. No, sometimes you wind up in the hospital, for crying out loud. You took a risk and it didn't pay off and you fell and hurt yourself badly. But the fact of the matter is that that's what you want, because you can only grow and improve yourself by way of failure. I'm not so naive as to not understand where this is coming from, of course. It's coming from the fact that we as a society, as a culture, well, we are blessed with so many things. And the current generation, frankly, at some unconscious level, is aware that it cannot match the things that were done in the past. It can only conserve them. It cannot supersede them, put more on top of it. No, it doesn't feel that confidence to do that. And so that's why there's this whole fetishization of security, of protection, of maintaining the status quo. Because everybody is insecure. They just do not think that they can measure up. But the fact of the matter is that measuring up, how could I put this? It's only by trying that you can supersede those who came before you. But if you value protection and security more than everything else, then you're never going to try. You're going to stay at home in your basement watching TV and doing nothing and constantly being afraid and eating too much and being generally pathetic. That's what's going to go on. And you're going to look back on your life, you're going to hit 30, 40, 50 and look back on your life and say, what the hell did I do? I threw away the best years of my life because of safety, security, protection. What the fuck? Don't fall for that trap. Don't fall for that trap, and don't view protection and security as the greatest good. It's not. Not at all. And I'm talking as a political conservative, okay? I am politically very conservative, but I believe that you got to jump into the pool. You got to go out into the world. You got to take risks. And if the risks don't pay off, well, so be it. And I'm a political conservative, yeah? This desire for protection, for security, this fetishization, I can't pronounce the word, but you know what I'm talking about. Turning into a fetish the notion of security, turning into a fetish the notion of protection, that it's the most important thing. It's not. It's not at all. The most important thing, the most important value in life is discovery. Because only by way of discovery do you grow. And the only way to discover anything is to go out into the world and to risk the interactions with the world. If you fail to do this, if you just stay at home and just try to build of your life some sort of bunker and shield yourself from every possibility, from every risk, torque down risk until it's seemingly zero on your spreadsheet, you're going to achieve nothing. Your life will have been nothing. And this is the only life you get. You're never going to have another one. And the years that go by, you're never going to be able to recapture them. No matter how much money you have, you cannot buy more time. Mm-hmm. And I always tell you guys, see, the days are long, but the decades are short. 10, 20, 30 years get behind you so goddamn fast. A little while ago, I was talking about something that had happened to me. It was on the Patreon video, I think. I was talking about something that happened to me when I was 5 years old. Yeah? An interaction, a conversation I had with a little friend when I was 5. Yeah? And I'm 51. That was 46 years ago, almost 47 years ago. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I cannot believe that 47 years have passed since that conversation, which I recall in such detail that it might as well have happened yesterday. See? That's how fast life gets by you. If you live a life only of protection and security, you're going to throw away your life, and it will have been for nothing. And you will live with nothing but regrets as you come closer and closer to your death. Is that what you want? Is that what you want, to have never experienced anything? To have only dreamed of doing things, but never experienced them, never going there, risking it, and maybe you fail, but maybe you succeed. That's the point. Because if you try something, maybe you fail and it doesn't happen and you fall, and you wind up licking your wounds, and it's just a big old mess. That can happen, and often it happens. More often than not, as a matter of fact. But sometimes you win. Yeah, and it's in the winning. Yeah, in the winning after the risk. That's the source of greatest happiness, quite frankly. Yeah, when you come very close to the abyss, so close that you can, smell the sulfur of the hellfire that you might fall into, right? But yet you succeed and walk away scot-free and with victory in your back pocket. Those are the most satisfying moments of your life. And it's not because of the material success of the money or the this or that. No, it's the satisfaction. Ultimately, you look back on the times that you risked something and succeeded. And that sense that you took a calculated risk, you eschewed protection, you eschewed security, and you went out into the world and did something daring. And you lived to tell the tale. You lived to tell the tale of the success that you achieved because of this risk. That's the source of greatest happiness in your life. It'll be like the milestones of your life. You'll think about it often as you get older. In my own case, I'm about to turn 52, and I can tell you that absolutely, I think of the times I took big risks, and I think of the times that I succeeded in those big risks, and I also think of the times I took big risks and failed. And the thing is, see, in those failures, the thing that I do not have, of course, I wish I'd succeeded in those big risks that I took, but which failed, but I don't have regret. Regret is the bitterest thing. I'm going to be repeating myself because I think I've told you guys this story before, that there was this girl in high school called Macarena, and she was so hot. She was so blazingly hot, And I'm going to reminisce like an old man again, like an old fart. I was like 17, and she was the same age, like this thick, curly brown hair, and like skin that was so smooth. It was like a cafe au lait kind of color, and she had eyes that were so blue. Okay, they were like light blue, but like the sky or something, like the sky at its sunset kind of thing. Just so blue. She was so hot, and she had a body that was just smoking. And I never talked to her. I never risked it. I was afraid. I was afraid, and because of my fear, I never approached her. I never talked to her. I would look at her, every day for my senior year, I think it was. Every day I saw her, walking the halls and whatnot. And she was so hot, and I wanted her so badly, and I never risked it. And I still think about that. And the worst part, that years, decades later, I found out that she thought I was cute. She thought I was cute, and she would have gone out with me, and she could have been my girlfriend. I just didn't have the nerve. I think about that. And do you have any idea how much regret I feel now? And this happened when I was 17. I'm about to turn 52. So what's that? 35 years ago. 35 years ago. Yeah, 35 years ago. Do you have any idea the regret I feel? Because I think about that girl every week, at least once a week, and sometimes for days. I think about that. It just eats me alive, the regret. And that's the thing about protection and security. And that's why I despise our culture that keeps on making a fetish. That's what it is. It's a fetish. Yeah? Oh, protect me. I want security. Or are you safe? Are you safe? Is this safe? Fuck that. Fuck that. Safety, security, protection. It's all the same thing. It's all an excuse not to take risks. It's all an excuse not to take the step forward, not to go up to the pretty girl and say hi, not to start the new business, not to do something extraordinary. And what happens is of course, that the moment passes, the opportunity is gone. The girl graduates from high school and she moves on and you move on and there's no more chance. The moment is gone, and then what do you have? You have nothing but regret. You protected yourself and you are secure and safe, quote unquote, but you have nothing but regret.